So welcome to another episode of Junkyards and Barn Finds with Sean, and I'm Sean. We're in a town called LaBelle, Florida, which is over near Lake Okeechobee. If you're looking on a map of Florida, it's a giant lake in the middle of the state. And I stopped because I saw this Camaro and this Nova here, and I'll look at them in a minute. But the real reason I looked is way over there. There is an Avante 2. If you don't know much about Avantes, and I don't know much about them, I've seen a couple of them, but they're really cool cars. We're gonna go check that one out. We asked permission. The gentleman who owns it said that we can video and film it. He doesn't want to be on camera, and he really doesn't want me to give out the location, so that's what it is. He's not here right now, so I can't actually open them up, but the window is open in the Avante and there's no windshield on the Nova, so we'll go take a quick look at the three cars and enjoy. This is the kind of thing. I was actually riding past here and I saw it, and I stopped and asked, and they were nice enough to let me go and shoot some video. So we came out here to a city called LaBelle, and as we were driving around, we saw a shop that had some really killer cars in it. We spoke to them. They don't want to really tell anybody where they're at, which is fine, but I just wanted to kind of show some things that are just sitting here, which are absolutely totally cool. So we first got a 79 Camaro that's sitting next to an old Nova, and we can go and look at those for a minute. I think it's a 79 to 81, something to that effect. And as you can tell, it hasn't moved in a long time. It's got a nice cow induction hood on it. I don't know what's underneath. The gentleman who owns these cars is not here right now, but inside said we could come out and film them. And then this, I believe, is a Nova. It's a Chevy Nova, yeah. So it's a Chevy Nova Custom. Missing this windshield and the roof. This is what happens when you have all this rust. Is what happens when you have vinyl roofs. So if you have a car just sitting there, look at all the trims here and everything else, but if you have a car that's got a vinyl roof, that is what happens with vinyl roofs. That's why they stopped pretty much making vinyl roofs. But this is probably, I want to say, about a 74, 76, somewhere in there. And the body's not in bad shape. I mean, it's got some rust in the quarters and everything. But as far as, it just has it has to get a new roof put on it. And as you can see, the inside is just, it's only had 65,000 miles on it. But that's what happens with a roof when you have a problem, when you have that rust on there. So, and then we've got a Generation 3 CRS, but this is the cool car right here. This is what we were looking at, an Avante. So I don't know if you even know what an Avante is. People think that they were foreign cars. They weren't foreign cars. They were made in America. So just like the Corvette, they were made of fiberglass. They all had V8s, and they had Corvette motors. They had 327s, they had 350s. They're really cool cars. There's a couple of them down here in Florida that are completely redone. I don't know what's under the hood. This one is missing a lot of parts. They were real hot rods in the 60s. They were started in 63. They actually made them all the way up into the 80s. Gotta watch for snakes when we're here in Florida. A lot of snakes. We can look inside here. The bodies were pretty much made from the same mold when they left South Bend, Indiana. So I don't know what year this is. It's missing that side window, which actually works out for us because they really don't want us opening the car doors. I think this one, he's already sold it. But you can look inside and see a lot of the interior parts are there. And by the way, they were all custom made, and they only made a couple hundred of these a year. It's got the original rims on it. The only difference between them and the, well, one of the only differences between them and the Corvette is they never changed the design of this. The only thing they did was later on in the late 70s, early 80s, they took away the metal bumpers, and this one here has metal bumpers. So this is one of the original Avante 2s, but they are just really cool cars. You don't see a whole lot of them anymore. So everything you see here, other than the body being molded in the same molds, is a custom car. But other than the parts, which seem to be here, they just seem to be inside. This thing looks pretty complete, actually. It's got the dual exhaust. These things were fast. They had some powerful engines in them. They had Corvette power plants in it. They had the Turbo 400 and the Turbo 350 automatic transmissions in it. They were just cool. If you like finds like this, the Heart of Texas Barn Finds channel, they have a lot of the same kind of cars I look at and I try to find. Same with Hot Rod Hoarder. So those two channels are really cool. You should go check those out. April, should they subscribe to this channel even if they don't like cars today for this one?
Probably just for this one.